Thanks for your interest the students were, in fact, extremely brilliant. Arts integration builds deep reflection on pre-service field experiences. A research article that reflects work focused on pre-service teachers engaged in arts integration. This multimodal synthesis was assembled primarily by Seth French, a Pham PhD student at the University of Arkansas, along with me, your co-narrator and the paper's second author, Chris Goering.
The arts are a pathway to many potential benefits for students, teachers, and schools. The arts and aesthetic education can create awareness, foster empathy, and promote socially just classrooms and practices. Arts integration, the teaching of an arts discipline in tandem with content area curriculum, is a method by which classroom teachers can take advantage of the benefits of the arts. Schools of education are in constant need of developing experiences for pre-service teachers that improve and inform their future practice. The use of arts integration and teacher training is still limited in scope, due in part to the current focus on testing and accountability in public schools. Our knowledge of how arts integration affects pre-service teachers is still emerging.
The purpose of this study was to examine the effects that arts integration has on pre-service teacher reflection when students work with arts integration concepts in the university classroom and engage in arts integrated practice in their first significant field experience in local schools. The study took place at a flagship research institution in the mid-southern region of the United States. 76 pre-service teachers participated in the study and were naturally divided into control and treatment groups based on their scheduling and travel conflicts with the arts integration field experience.
At the end of each semester, participants wrote a multi-page reflection about their experience in response to a standard prompt. The students' written reflections were analyzed and ultimately grouped together under broad categories of deep reflection and surface reflection. First, an excerpt coded surface reflection. We started off the semester reading the book Wonder, which many of the kids enjoyed. Right away, I learned that students have different ways of reading. Some of them wanted to read silently by themselves, while others preferred to read aloud in groups. We adapted our plans to fit the individual needs of students. Those that wanted to read quietly were allowed to find a place where they could do that. Those that wanted to read in groups took turns reading to each other. A few students wanted to be read to, so one of the mentors would read aloud to them. This student was trying to understand what was happening in the classroom and how the teacher was trying to meet the observable needs of the students. This sort of reflective thinking didn't penetrate beyond general knowledge of some students wanted to be read to.
An excerpt of deeper reflection. As my time continued with the studio project, I began to realize that students were, in fact, extremely brilliant. The problem wasn't that they weren't trying, but that the subject matter in many cases far exceeded their mastery of the English language. The students automatically feel like they are drowning in words they do not understand, such as convert, energy, chemical, and in some cases, store. It can be extremely overwhelming because they have barely scratched the surface of what really is photosynthesis. It is not surprising then that when the definitions pile up faster than their brains can process, they shut down. This pre-service teacher recognized that students were motivated to do well when properly engaged and capable of more than they are often given credit for. The nature of this reflection, and others like it, suggests that arts integration drew out observations, conversations, interactions, and reflections that may not have happened otherwise.
Whether with arts integration or something similar, the stated expectation of the arts integration field experience was that each pre-service teacher taking part would plan and implement at least one period-long lesson. Pre-service teachers weren't responsible for the whole show, but they were not allowed to sit on the sidelines either. The fashion in which many pre-service teachers explicitly connected arts integration activities to their reflection on these aspects of educator development and the learning process suggests that there is likely to be even more potential waiting to be discovered.
Thanks to the study's lead author Jason Endacott and co-authors Pham and Ashley Beason-Manes for their work seeing this idea through to publication. Finally, thanks to David Jolliffe and Nikki Holland and all of the site coordinators, pre-service teachers, and middle school students who made Studio Project possible.